Today we're going to be doing some fun no-heat curls. These are actually one of the princess's favorite, and I have put her hair into a ponytail. However you're going to style her hair the next day, you probably want to do it first, because after these curls are in, you can't really separate them or you're just going to get frizz. So if you do them like all over her head, you're going to have little parts where you've parted out the braids, and there's really no way around that. So we're just going to do this in a ponytail. And to start, her hair is damp. She just got out of the shower. You don't need it soaking wet, but you do want it a little bit damp so that it will hold the curl. So I've broken off a small section of hair. You don't want it super tiny, but you don't want it thick either. And then I'm going to split this in half and make a twist braid. So I'm twisting both of these strands to the right, and then I'm going to twist them together to the left. And you want to make sure that you continuously twist these strands all the way down. You want both strands twisted the same way, and then you're twisting them together the opposite way. And I'm going to braid this all the way down to the very ends, as far as I can go. So as you can see, I braided that down almost to the very bottom, and then I just tied it off with a little elastic. I'm going to repeat that with the rest of this hair, and you want to just try and get the sections about the same thickness so that the curls will all look uniform. Okay, we're almost done here. I'm on the very last braid, but I wanted to mention a few things I forgot. What we usually do is add some oil to her hair before we do this. I just use this Moroccan oil by Suave. It's pretty inexpensive and it does a good job. But what I usually do is just run some of that down her hair before I start, and that's just going to help prevent frizz, and it also helps condition the hair. The other thing I was going to mention is before you do these braids, you want to make sure that the hair is tangle-free. And as you're going down the braid, make sure that you're twisting both strands. If you only twist one of the strands, when you take this out, one of the pieces is going to be kind of straight while the other one's curled. So just make sure you're twisting them both. And the last thing is that you want to keep these strands separate. And what I mean by that is sometimes when you're braiding, if one strand is thicker than the other, you can kind of take a piece off and add it to the other strand and continue. You don't want to do that with this braid, because when you take it out, it's not going to come out and one of the strands is going to frizz because they're not going to be separated, if that makes any sense. Okay, we are done with this, and she is going to sleep on it overnight and let those curls dry. We ended up with 10 braids total, and of course that's going to depend on how thick your hair is, but that can just give you an idea of how many you might need to make. So we will be back in the morning when we take these out. Hey guys, we're back, and she slept on these overnight, so they're all dry. This is what it looks like. As you can see, this ponytail is kind of messed up since she slept on it, so I'm just going to remove this elastic and kind of fix the top part real fast. I'm not wanting to use water on this because I don't want to get these braids wet again, so I'm just going to spray a little bit of hairspray and then kind of comb this smooth. Probably not going to be able to get this perfectly smooth, but just do the best you can. Luckily the messy look is in. And then just add an elastic there at the top. If it's really messed up, you can use a ribbon or a flower or something to cover up this part where it's messy, and I probably am going to add a ribbon here at the end. So now we're ready to take these braids out. I'm just going to remove all of these little elastics first. Okay, now that I have all of those elastics removed, I'm going to start taking out these braids. What I usually do is just start right up here at the top, and if you have kept these strands separate all the way down, you should just be able to pull and they'll come right apart really easily. And that is what the curl is going to look like. They're very different curls. It's not your standard pretty curl, and it's not something you want to separate because you're just going to get frizz. This is kind of just a different look. And the princess really loves it, and she always gets compliments on these. It almost looks like her hair is fake or she has some extensions in. It's just something that you don't see all the time. Okay, so that is what the curls look like. As you can see, these are pretty unique. There's several different things you can do here. If you want to take a couple of these and wrap them around the top of this elastic, and then just bobby pin it or add another small elastic there at the top to hold it in place. You could do something like that. Or if you want to take these and wrap them up into a bun, that also looks really cool. What I usually do to do that is just kind of twist them up and then wrap them like this and bobby pin them. And that's a really fun look. We are just going to add a ribbon here at the top and leave them hanging down for our final hairstyle.